What it do, y'all? It's your boy Juvenile, back at it again for another Vibe Out Sesh, baby. Ow! Today, the Lone Wolf will be tackling Chixtape number 3 by Tory Lanez. So, as I explained earlier when I did the New Toronto episode, Chixtape 3 alongside New Toronto was dropped on Christmas Eve as the perfect 2-gift present. Excuse me. That Tory Lanez gifted everybody outside. You know, everybody basically, man. You know what I mean? And this was dope, and it was basically supposed to hold us over until I think this is where he first announced about his debut studio album coming out. I Told You, and this was kind of like a holdover for fans for new music while he be working, getting in the gym, shooting his shots, do what he got to do, get everything going on, paint his art essentially. You know what I mean? Get that little paintbrush right there. But yeah, Chixtape 3 is an interesting cover, man. It's the only one that actually doesn't have any kind of color in it. In fact, it's kind of like black and white, which is pretty dope because to me it gives me that morning vibe. You know what I mean? Like, out of all the tapes, the one I really feel like I want to play the most during the morning, especially if I'm waking up early. I don't know why, but Chixtape 3, man. I'll show y'all the cover real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Especially for those who ain't really listen to Tory Lanez. I'll show you what it looked like. Alright, as soon as I come to a red light. Perfect. Alright, let me give y'all the view right here. I don't know if you can feel it. It's hard to see because of the sun, but like, you see what I mean? It's just a white cover with the black scratches, the three lines right there that represent 3. And he always got that medicine. I don't know what brand of medicine that has that color scheme that goes like that, but Tory always be doing that on them Chixtapes, man. So it's pretty dope. 1 had the different shades of red, 2 had different shades of blue, and 3 has just the shades going from black to white, essentially, or like black and gray. So talk about your own urban mix of 50 Shades of Grey. So this mixtape's 12 tracks long. I'm not gonna waste any more time talking, y'all. I really want to get into this. No feature, with the exception if you want to really credit one of them, but it's technically a sample. But anyways, we're not gonna waste no more time. Y'all already know the drill. We're gonna cut the check. Well, let me refocus that. We're gonna cut the check, get into the track, and vibe out to track number 1, Keisha's intro. So, new Chixtape girl, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, just like that. Hey, yo, Uno, make this left right here. I got you. Wait, you going to a vet's house? No, I'm not going to a vet's house, my nigga. I'm going over there for some reason. I'm actually going to my new joint house.
Oh, who's this one about?
Remember that one girl who smashed the windows out my car in the last joint?
Nah,
Jalisa.
Jalisa.
Yeah. It's her friend.
Oh, right.
Keisha. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm feeling it. I'm not together.
Shout out to anyone that can figure out. Even to this day, I don't know who they sampled in the background for that intro, but it is a smooth joint, man. But yeah, if you can hear the conversation, basically it's Uno who's driving Tory to this new girl's house. It's Jalisa's friend Keisha. So, like I said, new Chixtape girl. We had Jalisa from even though it's not the first Chixtape, it's the inauguration of the sampling and the inauguration of the first Chixtape girl, Jalisa. Now we're moving on to her friend. So, anyways, first song coming up, track number 2, Came From Me.
just wanna know when I'm flat down low. Sleeping on this train, girl, it's all done. Riding down on college out, light on that bullshit. Whipping on that full grain, gripping on that full clip. All I wanna do is put you in a new biz. You've been in a mood, girl, I've been in it too. You say that the neighbors know my business, well tonight you know my name, girl. Hopping out the phone and you'll sit in front of me. Don't say no, I'm tryna go. Need something real from the top that I still haven't got, and I still can't get from these hoes. It's yours every time, 'cause you're my mind. Normally I don't catch feelings for no one, but you got me this time.
Woo! Right there.
Can I take you down, oh baby? I was made for you. Spending every minute on this corner.
At this point during my first listen, damn, I hate when the camera do that, bro. During my first listen, you know what, matter of fact, let me pull over. This motherfucker pissing me off. Even better, red light. That's what I need. It's funny, when I need red lights to last long during my vibe outs, they don't last too long. But when I'm in a rush, they take forever. I'm like, that's cool. All right, there shouldn't be jerking like that no more. So at this point during my first listen, I thought, okay, I'm really feeling Chixtape 3, and it had a lot of promise at this point. I love the way he sampled this. It gives you that dope R&B reverb vibes, like, you know, like how he did it on 2 with Rain and another song too. I mean, Unity as well. So like, I'm getting that same feeling here on Came For Me, and it's just dope. And then the way, like I say, he plays the melodies in with how he speaks the words, like he's just having a conversation, bro. Normally I don't catch feelings, but you got me this time. Like, the way he did that was just smooth. And of course his baby falsetto is something that you don't mess around with either. Clean as hell. I really like this track, and it's really one of the best tracks on this mixtape, man. I'll go in further details and final thoughts, but just I want you to know at this point, from the first track, especially when I first heard Chixtape 3, I felt a lot of promise on here, and I felt a lot of like upgrades. Like, I felt 3 was gonna have something that I think could have topped 2. But anyways, we're gonna keep going. Track number 3 is gonna be titled N.A.M.E.
You don't know my making love to the beat so slow. Making love to the beat, girl, it sounds so slow. I'm in fuck with a G, girl, you already know. I got a 100 on me for the night. Shawty, don't you leave for the night. No, you don't know my name. Lately, all these bitches want is my fame. You don't know that you the one on my brain. I hit you with that late night text when I'm on the road. Girl, you know I'm tryna vibe with you. When you come into my city, I'ma slide with you. Savage dropping pussy pop whenever I'm with you. Girl, you might have heard my song, but you don't know my name. Girl, I got a thing for you. Hustle with them dealers when it's time to get that plane for you. Knock it out the ring for you. Ooh, shorty, you know. Can I get a ring for you? On the phone or a message or something? Can we get past all these one-word discussions? I need to know, girl, I need to know something. 'Cause you don't know my name. You don't know my name. 'Cause you don't know my name. Oh, you don't know my name. 'Cause you don't know my name. You don't know my name. 'Cause you don't know my name. Girl, it's obvious you got some problems. to fix you. When I can't go no longer, I need someone stronger to hold on to get through. And I stay by your side, girl, you know I'm a rider. Come to your rescue. You say that you know my name. The songs that I sing, the set that I've been, the shit that I claim. You don't know about me, you don't know this. But you don't know about me, I know. 'Cause you don't know my name. You don't know my name. 'Cause you don't know my name. Oh, you don't know my name. 'Cause you don't know my name. You don't know my name. 'Cause you don't know my name. I fell in love with somebody who doesn't even know my name, you know. And I know this, I'm ashamed. By my name, I'm not talking about the name you call me, I'm talking about who I am. And I know you don't know my name. You don't know my name. She knows the songs that I sing, all the shit that I claim, and even the set that I play. But I'm certain she don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But if she's walking out, she will never know my name. Can't let it go.
To irk a lot of y'all right now. Y'all gonna be really pissed. But I can say this right now. When I first played this, like definitely I can tell y'all, like, first couple of years when I do play and visit Chixtape 3, this was one of the best. This was, in my opinion, one of my favorite songs and one of my go-to songs that I played. Every time I wanted to skip some tracks, if I just wanted to focus on this, I would hit this song. And this was a dope ass sample. I like the way they attacked it production wise. In my opinion, it gets way too extra at the end where it carries off. And don't get me wrong, I get that you want to create a vibe, but sometimes y'all be doing some extra shit sometimes, like extra shit. But yeah, like right now, I'm not feeling this song like I used to. I don't know if it's just this one moment and I might go back to feeling it once I'm off camera or something, but I will say this though, there are times, and I've noticed this, I'll subconsciously sometimes like ignore parts of songs and I won't even pay attention to it. So like to me, like this song would always be like 3 minutes long because my ears or like my mind will actually pay attention and grab hold when Tory's actually singing. But this song right here, I don't like as much as I used to. And now that I'm playing it, I'm like, I've noticed that he's mixing it, and I think this is one of the negatives that when it came to releasing New Toronto at the same time as Chixtape. Sometimes you have a little bit of dib and dab and like kind of like things mixing between both tapes. Maybe some of y'all don't care, but for me, like, when I play Chixtape, I'm really expecting some R&B shit, and like, I get that R&B bangers are dope. Trust me, they are. But like, you can feel like Tory kind of mixing in that new Toronto flow and then bouncing back to singing. So like, I know sometimes he'll do that on purpose. I don't know. On here, it just doesn't feel natural to me. Like, it's just weird. But like I said, everyone's got their own taste. So if you're irked and you're mad, hey, it is what it is. I'm not gonna apologize, because this is just how I feel about the song, man. It's not as sparky or flashy as it used to be anymore to me. And trust me, I haven't played Chixtape 3 in a long minute. I don't touch this tape that often as I do the others. So keep that in mind. And I actually have really good reasons why I don't. But N.A.M.E is really not a bad track. Like, if I play it at a good time when things are going, you know, I'll vibe with it. But it's not one of those songs that's gonna, no matter what, just get me in the zone. Like, I'm like, whoa, you know. So, but you know, for what it is, it's a chill song. It's just, to me, it's kind of like, well, now that I'm pretty much caught up to 5, it's like I'm going back to this. I'm like, he does this a lot. Like, he does this type of song a lot. You know, he doesn't, like, he comes in with the sample and then just boom, drops a banger, which is why I think I can appreciate 5 a little bit more, because while it did sample 2000s joints, he did different things here and there to mix it up. So like, I can give him credit for like the versatility. But back to this song, I like the fact that they really turned "You Don't Know My Name" by Alicia Keys, and then at times would just chop it. You don't know my name. Just pay attention to that when you hear it on like the first minute. So it's really interesting the first minute, and then I don't know, like, I think it might have been a verse too long, and maybe if he would have had that, like, where it would just like zone out for like maybe a minute and had that happen, because like, it's like basically 5 minutes long, and in my opinion, I feel like the song should have been 4 minutes long. I don't know. That's just how I feel, and that's it. We're gonna go ahead and hit track number 4. It's a skit. It's titled "Jalisa's Friends Part 2.
Yeah, this nigga. Hold on, I'm about to call her right now because this nigga's dead dirty. Hello? Jalisa. Jalisa, girl, get up. I'm up. No, for real, get up. I got some real tea for you. Okay, I'm up. What happened? You was not gonna believe what I just heard. What you heard, girl? This nigga Tory. This nigga Tory what? This nigga Tory is fucking with your best friend. Girl, who's my best friend? Girl, you know who your best friend is, Keisha. No. Yes, he is. How you gonna tell me? Like, I just gotta. Whatever. I'm trying to put you on. All right. So what you heard? I was just speaking to Tolando, and she told me that. What? She seen them. Seen them where? My nigga. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, she's fucking with this nigga. You need to check her. Wait. Keisha's downstairs right now. My nigga, right? If she's fucking with this nigga, I'm gonna find out right now. Facts. And we're gonna fuck all that shit up right now. Facts. 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 Yeah. Facts. So facts.
If you notice in this skit right here, and gotta say, this is a really good portrayal by the vocal actor who played Jalisa here. I'm just gonna say though, like, Jalisa ain't sounding like her bushy stuff. Obviously, she's just waking up. If that's how she really sounds, I could see how Tory really makes some of his Chixtape 2 songs really sensual. Because imagine all that love moans she be making with that type of voice. Oh yeah, I can see how he got the creative mentality to make Rain, make something part 2, something 1, crew. I mean, man. But I'm just joking, y'all. Like, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes a girl, man, she hit those types of notes, and you be like, you feel some type of way. You know what I mean? For Tory, man, he could be hitting Jalisa, and he'd be like, this girl got me feeling all kinds of ways, and he'd be making like Chixtape 2 just, and you know, he'd be hitting Keisha, and it's like straightforward shit, you know what I mean? So like, sometimes I feel like different, you know, something, I don't know, for Tory, maybe he'd be hitting a girl, and it'd be making him feel some type of way compared to another one. And so sometimes maybe it's just basic, you never know. But anyways, I want to really say I'm hoping that really This is just me catching the song on a bad day, but I don't know, dude. I just feel like that N.A.M.E song was just shaky for me. Like, it wasn't really like spot on. Like, I can't really feel like what he was really trying to do. It was like he was just trying to be all over the map. But sometimes when it comes to R&B joints, like, he's best when he's calm, collected, and just attacks it with that one, like, just with a straight mind of what he wants to do, you know? So, but don't get me wrong, it's a good song. It's just, right now I can feel like a bit of the imperfections there. But we're gonna get to track number 5. And this one is interesting. This one's titled Looks.
Keep giving me looks. I can't stop the eyes from giving me looks. Don't let me lie to you, girl. All you gotta do is mix it up. Soon as you close the door, turn the lights off. You know what it's here before. Girl, I might just give you what that make a dawn. So just close the door, close the door. Being honest, just being honest. I like the way you're being honest. Let's keep it honest. You got them lips like Kiki Palmer, like Kiki Palmer. That physical, that education, I go be on it. I'm so on it, yeah. No procrastination, hit the hot tub, hot tub. Then you know I'm dealing with the martyrs, martyrs. That you know you're dealing with a shot up. That's that type of shit that shouldn't shock you. Soon as you close the door, turn the lights off. You know what it's here before. Girl, I might just give you what that make a dawn. So just close the door, close the door. You got a nigga, but I know you need to step up in it. I got a girl, but you know I need a better shot. Nah, baby, yeah. Hit with the plan, I got money to spend in it. You got somebody, baby, we got a good day, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let the frame down. Now put that pussy up, you wanna lay down. I wanna roll and smoking backwards in the cut.
Yep.
She know what it's here for.
Yes, sir.
That's when them shirts come off, shirts come off. I don't wanna see it swell, see it swell. Got your back against the wall, close the door. We don't wanna see it swell.
We'll pause it right here. Now, if Toy was to ever, did I say Toy? I mean, did I just sounded like a New Yorker with a hard accent trying to pronounce his name. My God. If Tory was to ever, like, I guess, do a freestyle take where he just sings, this is it right here. 2 minutes and 42 seconds. That's where I paused it at. This brother came in smooth, slow tempo, chill, rocked with the song. I mean, my God, like, this is like what I'm talking about, blue flames, baby. Not red flames, blue flames. This dude is giving you that slow, cold freezer burn. You gotta feel that in your soul. Goosebumps, everything. Like, you gotta understand that. Feel. That's right, that right there. That's what I'm talking about. Smooth operator Tory Lanez coming in, doing this thing, and just burn the hell out. Burn the hell out of this track. Not crazy fast, not like an explosion, but like slow and slit, you know, just like with the slow, y'all know what I'm talking about, god dang it. You know what I mean? Like, save the explosive stuff when you're trying to flex. When it comes to the R&B songs, that's where you gotta melt them smooth and clean, you know what I mean? Like butter, man. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do, and that's what he did right here. funny thing is, this ain't even like related to the era of what he's trying to sample here. I still say this is like 2000s. I mean, people might say, oh, 1999, they was making tracks that sound like songs from the early 2000s, but I'm like, 90s are still 90s. Like, I don't care. It still has its own distinct sound. So, with that being said, though, this is a song that was made literally 2 years. Was it 2 years? When did Trigger drop? I think, was it 2013? This tape dropped 2015, so yeah, it was 2 years. This song is 2 years old when Tory decided to sample this. But that's creativity, honestly. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, that's creativity. No, a year ago. My apologies. Not 2 years. Trigger was dropped in 2014. So he went and he and Play came in and sampled Disrespectful, which is like, I think, the 4th track of Trigger. It's Trey and Mila J, and that's when they both, that's like the intro right there where they sampled it, and they killed it. And of course, later down the road, DJ Drama want to be like, oh, I want to sample this, and then I guess gets his own version called Wishin', and he has Chris Brown singing on the hook. But then the remix version, he brings in Trey, who they originally sampled, Mila J's sister, her name's slipping out of my mind, Jean Aiko, as well as Tory himself, who did his own sample of this song all together. And that was a dope ass remix because it was pretty much connecting the dots all over the map with that song and sample. But I still gotta say though, like, Tory's version is definitely dope as hell. So like, I think I probably would take this, man. But this is where it gets really interesting, because now that we reached this mark, he's gonna switch it up for y'all.
Maybe I've been missing, maybe I've been dipping, maybe I've been dipping. Maybe the excuse that I done gotten way too busy for you hoes is getting true, and I ain't got the time to kick it with you. Listen, she was with me last Thanksgiving. Should've been with my sister on Christmas. But instead I was kicking it out with Paris. She flew down there with galore, no boy, what an interest. Kels, remember that winter? Wait, we made so much money November. Shit got way too sunny, it's kinda funny. It wasn't long for we start feeling all the slugs for December. Yeah, my nigga, we on the tour bus, stepping out the house of blues, where was your bus? Where's Zoe and Josh, now that I done got way too famous and successful for you to afford us? Wow, my life has just gotten gorgeous. 5-star meals on islands, the sand scorching. Started fucking this girl and she land scores in movies, so you might see me popping like Lance Gordon. Shot them bitches down and take a chance for me. Take me to the club and spend some bands on me. Take me to the club and buy a dance on me. Shit, it's crazy. Show these niggas I can paint the picture. Y'all don't deserve to get this paper with me. You wasn't hopping out the cable with me. Rode down Civic Park in the Camp David with me. Back when I would have to pick up playback. Then drop that nigga off on the way back. Then call Joe home, cause me and Gunna been arguing all day long about who getting that A flat. We used to go hard about them little sessions. I learned to appreciate all the little blessings. Secluded environments in the little sections. You gotta understand how to feel blessings. Look at this lifestyle. Look at how we living, nigga, right now. Look at all these bitches that wouldn't even type a message to us. Now we saying they ain't our type now. So it go, that's how the table turn.
All I'm gonna say is this. I don't know who Zoe and Josh is, but man. Tory is not holding back when he wants to take shots at people. Whatever, bitch. That was a weird ass bitch right there. I should have not even moved further anyways. So I should have just stayed right there. Just keep beeping at me. I'm not gonna even move, bitch. I'm playing with y'all. Impatient people sometimes, man. They don't understand the situation. It's like, what do you want me to do? I got a car in front of me that's about to pick up a McDonald's employee. Shit. I can't go anywhere else other than maybe go around, but who knows? Either way, this was an interesting take by Tory. I like the rap parts, and he's talking about how he could have been spending time, with family, doing the right things, but instead he's kicking with this girl at Paris and all that. So interesting enough, you know what I mean, that he's talking about this. So I bet Keisha was really special to him when he took her around the world and all that. So I like the freestyle right there. It's dope. He basically freestyled singing on the first part, and then he did on the second part. But I like the first part just because, he said some lines that was just sick as hell. And let me go back to it right now.
That physical, that education, I can be on it. I'm so on it, yeah. No else can roll. Type of shit that shouldn't show.
What was the one where he was like, pull it in that car? Nah, right here. Down. In that car. Yeah. He's just flexing those vocals. Now, don't get me wrong. He's definitely strong on the auto-tune here. And in case you ain't seen the first Chixtape, I'm really, really strong on Tory really using his raw vocals more often than not, because he's really that good, where he doesn't need to have auto-tune too much to support his voice, and kind of like just work a little harder and depend on yourself to really control the melodies and the tones, because I think this kid is capable of killing it, man. Like, really is. When he does R&B, he does it really well. So that's why I'm like, you gotta put in the work, man. You really can't. You can't half-ass things sometimes. You gotta not lose that mentality where you got that strong work ethic and just keep going, because the minute you get lazy, that's it. It's just like things aren't gonna be as, like, you sow what you reap. So whatever seeds you plant and the work that you put into it is what you're gonna get in return. So think of it like that. So it's really important that and this goes to everybody out there. Hey, all y'all watching, like, don't slack on things. It's not worth it. People might say, oh, you can skip this and skip that, but don't always take people's word for it. Observe things and figure things out for yourself as well. You got a brain. You're capable of figuring it out. Sometimes you might be able to figure something that nobody has figured out yet, and boom, you come up with something new. Like, that's the thing with humans, man. Like, we all feel like we're gonna depend on somebody else to come up with something new. What about depending on yourself? That's all I'm gonna say. And that's the cool part. And yeah, it's tough, but it's worth it, man. It's really worth it, because at the end of the day, all that time you spent, you're gonna come out with something. It really is. That dope. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to, and I want to say, during my first listen, I was really feeling everything up to this point. I was really, okay, Chixtape 3 is pretty dope, but like my expectation kind of synced a little bit. I don't want to say a little bit, but like, because it was interesting that he sampled this song, so I was like expecting 90s joints. So that's why I was like, okay, it kind of felt a little bit. But Chixtape 3, in my opinion, was strong until we hit this point right here. And I was just like, Track number 6, Juvenile Freestyle.
I got a story about this one, Jay. I'm gonna sing it to her. Know the fuck she is.
Shawty, I ain't seen you in a cool minute. That shit just made me wonder who's in it. That shit just made me wonder who's getting. Now you gotta tell me who's is it. I used to fuck you in Toronto. On that lake shore by the condo. I would give it to you, not before sale. And she take if you don't give it to me. You gon' throw it like you tryna give it to me. I'ma play this dope to see in all the records. Fuck you in the night and take it off the rivers. I'm a young nigga, I got old money. Need the dough before I walk inside the door, money. Take the meals up, walk inside my door, honey. Start to peel up, peeling off the clothes for me. I know, fucking bitches off my song. In the stands at the show, I keep it real, I got love for them all. Hop inside a bus and get a steak poppin'. I got that biggie, but it ain't poppin'. Your nigga broke her, he a chain swapper. I been poppin' on them niggas since the bottom. Tell the
See what I mean? It's like, dog, slow the fuck down, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like, dog, shut the fuck up. We ain't here about the flex shit. This is all about R&B joints. Why are you fucking talking about shit like this, nigga? Say that for New Toronto. I was just like, I had enough. That's why I be like skipping this song all the time. I don't fuck with this. And plus the beat is fucking basic. All you're doing is fucking elevating the original 808 from the original song, and you're just making it move at a faster tempo. Nothing spectacular about here. That's one thing I did appreciate about Chixtape 2, is that all the samples, they got maybe some parts where, and then they just made a whole new song out of it. This ain't nothing new. This is just the same song with an, you know, updated 808. Like, what the fuck is you doing here? Nah, I'm not feeling this shit. Anyways, let's see. I think, what did I say? 12 tracks total in this motherfucker. Let me double check, cause at this point I'm like, I'm done with this song. I really don't care. It's just, I mean, it's cool. Like, there's times where I'm feeling Tory when he's singing. He's like, I'm on the song. Like, he does this thing and it's dope.
What I'm saying, just let Tory get you. Young niggas how we bust that shot like Robert Ory, nigga. It's hard to spend time on these hoes that can't afford me, nigga. On top of that, I keep the beats because they mans be looking for me, nigga. Cause I had they ex bitches in the orgy, nigga.
I think that's what ruined it for me, man. Like, and this is where I think Chixtapes, like the Chixtape series, started to kind of like go down for me, because it wasn't about R&B anymore. It was him mixing in a lot of things. Like, he was trying to mix in some, and don't get me wrong, it was cool, he was rapping on looks, but like it's just, it's different, man. Like, it ain't really what I felt from the first Chixtape and what I felt from the second, man, which was a pure R&B mixtape. That's it. I'll see y'all in part 2.